And the very first thing, is that the data we have, the BMIS Dataset, where 1572s live in the FDA, is this wonderful structured database and repository. It is not complete. It is voluntary for people to submit 1572s to it. And we don't know how incomplete it is. The one thing that Harold's 2007 survey, when he reached out to people who were one and dones in BMIS, he found that the folks who responded had a median of 3 trials. They were not one and done. Their median was 3. The CTTI data actually was very consistent with that. When they did the survey, they also did a survey directly to people who were one and dones in the data. But as Megan mentioned, 54% of those actually acknowledged that they were one and done. So they had 46% that just had missing data, right? So we're already cutting that number by at least half. And then I started asking, is this even, do we even want to use this metric? Is this the right metric? Is it answering the questions we want to have answered? Some one and done is normal. I mentioned that in the article. Personally, I'm a one and done librarian, I guess. If I go back into my history, that was a good experience for me. You could suggest actually that if I have practicing physicians out there, I would rather some of them have had one experience with clinical research than none of them, right? I think that gives a practicing physician some perspective in their work that actually makes it a good thing. I can't just measure one and done as a negative metric. And again, most investigators aren't great investigators after one trial. That's not where their experience is. If I'm worried about turnover, I'm actually worried about the ones who do 5, 6 trials, really actually get good at it, and then bail out for one reason. That's really hard to measure, but those are the more important folks. And the last piece is those who just, the none and dones. And ACRP, we've been talking with, the executive director, Susan Landis at ACRP, wants to do a survey specifically trying to understand why certain physicians never enter into clinical research. And I think it's a great area of exploration. I don't think we have a lot of data on that, right? But those who just stop and don't even take that first step.